This video is brought to you by Accra, a project that is dedicated to the vibrant capital city of Ghana, the Greater Accra. It is located somewhere on the west coast of Africa, at the Gulf of Guinea. Why is Accra so expensive? 15 real reasons behind the high cost of living in Ghana. What are the 15 real reasons why Accra, Ghana is overly and ridiculously expensive? Accra, the capital city of Ghana, is known for its vibrant culture, rich history, and bustling economy. However, it is also one of the most expensive cities in West Africa. This can be surprising given the economic challenges faced by many Ghanaians. Below are 15 real reasons why Accra is considered overly and ridiculously expensive. 1. High demand for real estate. Limited land supply. Accra's urban sprawl is limited by the Atlantic Ocean to the south and surrounding towns and cities to the north, east, and west. The limited land availability in desirable areas leads to high real estate prices. 2. High demand for housing. As the economic hub of Ghana, Accra attracts both locals and expatriates seeking housing, driving up prices. Gated communities and luxury apartments are particularly expensive, as they cater to wealthy individuals and foreign nationals. 2. Cost of imported goods. Heavy reliance on imports. Ghana imports a significant amount of consumer goods, including food, electronics, and clothing. Import taxes and duties add to the cost, making these goods more expensive for consumers. 3. Currency fluctuations. The Ghanaian cedi often depreciates against major currencies like the US dollar, increasing the cost of imported goods. This fluctuation directly affects the prices of goods and services. 3. High utility costs. Electricity and water supply. The cost of electricity in Ghana is among the highest in Africa. Frequent power outages, dumsor, force businesses and households to rely on expensive generators, further increasing costs. 4. Water supply challenges. Inadequate infrastructure and water supply issues lead to higher water costs, especially for businesses that require a consistent water supply. 4. Transportation and fuel costs. High fuel prices. Ghana imports most of its fuel, and global oil price fluctuations directly impact local fuel costs. This affects transportation costs, including public transport and goods delivery. 5. Traffic congestion. Accra's notorious traffic congestion increases transportation time and fuel consumption, adding to the overall cost of living and doing business in the city. 5. Inflation and economic factors. Persistent inflation. Ghana has faced consistent inflation over the years, which erodes purchasing power and increases the cost of goods and services. 6. High interest rates. Borrowing costs are high due to elevated interest rates, making it expensive for businesses to finance operations and investments, often passing these costs on to consumers. 7. 6. Education and healthcare costs. Private education fees. Many parents opt for private schools due to perceived higher educational standards, leading to significant expenses for families. Healthcare expenses. Quality healthcare often requires private medical services, which are expensive. Public healthcare facilities can be overcrowded and under-resourced. 7. Government policies and taxes. High import duties. Import duties are a significant revenue source for the government, but contribute to higher prices for imported goods. Taxation policies. Various taxes, such as value-added tax, VAT, and property taxes, increase the cost of living and doing business. This video is brought to you by Accra, a project that is dedicated to the vibrant capital city of Ghana, the Greater Accra. It is located somewhere on the west coast of Africa, at the Gulf of Guinea. 8. High cost of doing business. Regulatory costs. Businesses face numerous regulatory requirements and bureaucratic processes, which can increase operational costs. Infrastructure challenges. Inadequate infrastructure, such as roads and telecommunications, leads to higher costs for businesses that need to compensate for these deficiencies. Nine. Food prices and agricultural challenges. Reliance on imported food. Despite Ghana's agricultural potential, there is a reliance on imported food products, which are subject to import duties and global price changes. Agricultural productivity issues. Local agricultural challenges, such as poor infrastructure and limited access to technology, result in lower productivity and higher food prices. (10) Expatriate influence. Demand for luxury goods and services. The expatriate community in Accra has a high demand for luxury goods and services, driving prices up in certain sectors. Housing market impact. Expatriates often receive housing allowances, enabling them to pay higher rents, which can skew the rental market. (11) Tourism and hospitality sector. High-end accommodations. Accra's position as a tourist and business travel destination leads to high prices for hotels and restaurants catering to international visitors. Event and conference costs. The city's popularity as a venue for international conferences and events drives up prices in the hospitality sector. (12) Corruption and informal payments. Bureaucratic inefficiencies. Corruption and bureaucratic inefficiencies can increase the cost of obtaining permits, licenses, and services, which businesses often pass on to consumers. Informal economy costs. The informal economy can lead to hidden costs and inefficiencies, impacting overall pricing in the market. 13 social and cultural factors. Pressure to display wealth. Social pressures to display wealth and success can lead to increased spending on luxury goods, fashion, and entertainment. Cultural celebrations. Festivals, weddings, and funerals are significant cultural events that often require substantial financial outlays, impacting personal finances. (14) Security and safety concerns. Private security costs. Concerns about safety lead to increased spending on private security services for homes and businesses. Insurance premiums. Higher insurance premiums for property and vehicles add to the cost of living and doing business. (15) Lack of competition in key sectors. Monopolistic practices. Limited competition in certain sectors, such as telecommunications and utilities, can lead to higher prices due to monopolistic practices. Barriers to entry. High entry barriers for new businesses can stifle competition, maintaining high prices for goods and services. Conclusion and reminder. Accra's high cost of living is driven by a complex interplay of economic, social, and structural factors. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach, including policy reforms, infrastructure development, and efforts to boost local production and competition. This video is brought to you by AccraGhana.com, a project that is dedicated to the vibrant capital city of Ghana, the Greater Accra. It is located somewhere on the west coast of Africa, at the Gulf of Guinea.